Hello, my name is Steve Carlson. I'm a global director for GE Aviation in Grand Rapids. I recently retired. I've also been a longtime volunteer and supporter of JA. So it gives me a chance to talk on this video, unfortunately, as we used to do in-school programs to talk about career seminars and reverse job shadows. It gives me a chance, at least on this video, to share some of my observations as we're looking at this lesson in the JA lesson plan about careers and jobs. And so the question it asked me to explain to you is, how did I choose this job? Well, certainly you don't end up after 30 years in the business. You don't start with that job. You have to get there after years of experience. When I graduated from college, times were kind of tough like they were now. They weren't COVID difficult, but the unemployment rate was almost 10%. And so it was very difficult. And at that time, I just simply wanted a job. I graduated from Grand Valley here in Grand Rapids, and I was very interested in staying in the Grand Rapids area for the most part. But so I had some ideas of what I wanted to do, but at that time, after searching for almost a year, I just wanted a job. And so that was the key for me, was to getting the first job out of college. It ended up being in the aerospace industry, and I became fascinated with it, even though I'm not an engineer of a technical discipline. Being in the aviation industry, watching them build airplanes, and even in Grand Rapids, we built parts that went on torpedoes. So there are a number of different parts that really, the technology excited me to be in that business, even though I was just in a business side of the company. So I was started in contract administration. I moved into other areas of pricing and aftermarket, working with airlines, until ultimately ended up with a global position within GE Aviation. But what I can tell you in hindsight is that looking at what I did for a living, I can directly tie it back to skills and activities that I was doing in school. When I was in school, I was on the debate team. I was into public speaking. I did some of the theater events. So I was comfortable speaking in public. I was comfortable trying to convince someone in a debate setting that my position was the right position and it was the best course for them to follow. And so ultimately it led to this career in sales and working with customers to convince them that our product was the product that they needed on their airplane, for instance. And in a customer relations position where you understood what the customer's needs were and then how you can fulfill them. So at the time when I first got my job, the first job out of college, again, it was just looking for a position. But now looking in hindsight, I can see very clearly, and this is something you'll want to consider, very clearly the skills and the events, activities that I was involved with in school were directly supportive of the career that I'm in. So take a look at what you do right now, what you are best at doing, and what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy solving complex mathematical problems, you could be a great engineer. If you otherwise enjoy being on debate and public speaking and trying to convince people, you may want to be in a sales career. If you want to work indoors, outdoors, work on a team, or work by yourself, all of these things you are already observing yourself, or you can observe yourself over the next few years until you get out of high school and out of college. And then you can try to align a career opportunity with that skill set, and that's where you're going to be most successful. Thank you very much.